pie, folks. Have you ever heard of a cherry-picking fallacy? It's where you selectively present evidence that supports your claim while avoiding anything that contradicts it. For example, in a debate with a 9/11 conspiracist who believes the planes that hit the towers were holograms and the towers themselves were vaporized by lasers, he accused me of cherry-picking, which looked something like this.
Okay, yeah. So in other words, it's going down as fast freefall is according to NIST as well.
I have the NIST. I have I believe their summary of the report. I think their FAQ section. If I may read some of it to clarify.
Yeah, just go read it.
All right. So the question is, how could the WTC towers collapse in only 11 seconds for WTC 1 and 9 seconds WTC 2, speeds that approximate that of a ball drop from a similar height in a vacuum with no air resistance? So that is what you've brought up. And the response from NIST is, NIST estimated the elapsed time for the first exterior panels to strike the ground. So not the entire collapse, but the first exterior panels to strike the ground after the collapse initiated in each of the towers to be approximately 11 seconds for WTC1 and approximately 9 seconds for WTC2. That is not the entire towers collapsing. That's when the first bit of debris hit the ground, not the entire building.
2 very boring minutes later.
So your length of time is closer maybe to 25 seconds than it is to 9, because that 9 to however many seconds was merely when the first bit of debris hit, not when the towers stopped collapsing. For those of you paying attention at home, he took a sentence from several paragraphs and used it out of context to try to establish the towers fell faster than would be possible. When I provided additional context from the paragraphs he pulled the sentence from in order to correct his errors, he accused me of cherry picking, which led to this. Now, since you're citing this, I feel like we should give a better sort of amount of information of what they're actually saying instead of cherry picking bits and pieces from it.
All right. So since you cherry picked nonsense, absolutely.
I gave the full paragraph.
Okay.
I can give you all paragraphs if you want.
Okay, I'll let you speak. Okay.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
When you're dealing with you, what I've noticed is that you cherry pick statements, NIST reports.
I will read more of the paragraph to you. I will read the entire answer if you want.
I can show you what they're
If you have concerns about cherry picking, I will give you every piece of data from their response.
All right.
If that is your concern.
All right. Anyways, it's gonna.
You gave a sentence. I gave 2 paragraphs.
All right. Blue, it's becoming a bit sad right here. All right. Anyways, let's go back to the desperation in free fall.
Since not only had he committed a quote out of context fallacy, which then became a cherry picking fallacy, his deflection of "it's becoming a bit sad" is an appeal to the stone fallacy because he is dismissing the information without giving a reason. Want to see more? Check out the full unedited debate in the video description. See, now I really want some cherry